And welcome to the Nasboys Sports Podcast. Now, did you know that the longest MLB game in terms of innings had 26 innings? On May 1st, 1920, the Brooklyn Robins, who are now the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Boston Braves, who are now the Atlanta Braves, were tied at 1-1. The game could have lasted longer than 3 hours and 50 minutes if not for the night's darkness that caused for the calling of the game. So, anyways, guys, welcome to the Nasboys Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, aka Mike Bob Fan 101, with my good friend and co-host Cam, aka Noticed_Cam.
Howdy, y'all.
So, let's get down to talking about some sports. We're gonna kick things off with football. So we got plenty of news in football, actually. We got the 49ers give Deebo Samuel a 3-year extension worth 73.5 million, which I think is a great move for the 49ers. And I expected them to make a move like this. So good for them, even though that is a ton of money because thank you, Christian Kirk.
Yeah, I like the trade move that the 49ers had. I think it's well deserved to Debo and the 49ers. So
Now, one thing that just happened the day we're recording this, Marshawn Lynch was just arrested for a DUI in Las Vegas, which
just
is very crazy. I don't really know what to say, but it's just insane, and drinking and driving is just awful.
yes, it is. I
So,
agree.
so next up, we got Cowboys wide receiver James Washington was carted off the practice field with a leg injury. Prayers up for him. That sounds really bad. I'm not sure what the injury is.
Yeah, they never said, but I guess it's pretty bad because they're questioning a season.
So next up, we got the Broncos wide receiver Tim Patrick is out for the season with a torn ACL. That also sucks. Prayers up for him as well.
Yep, prayers.
Cardinals sign Pro Bowl LT DJ Humphries to a 3-year contract. Okay. And then with the Cardinals as well, their wide receiver Marquise Hollywood Brown was arrested for speeding. He was going 126 miles in a 65. Bro, go to NASCAR if you want to go do that speed. Which, speaking of which, if you don't know, we have a NASCAR podcast, which is probably more popular than this podcast, so you probably already know.
Yeah,
Um, but anyways, that's really crazy. I think he got bailed out too, which athlete
yeah.
privilege, but
Well, I mean, there's a lot of like bad arrests going on when it comes to speeding. I mean, Henry Ruggs, Marquise Brown, and now Marshawn Lynch.
yeah, just another year in the NFL offseason where people are getting arrested.
Yeah, pretty much.
We got the NFL appeals the 6-game suspension of Deshaun Watson and is looking for a bigger suspension and fine. I put a little text of that on the last episode that they did that. Um, Personally, I have mixed feelings on this because I understand why they want to do it, but I don't know what kind of a crap storm that's going to cause because I've heard rumors that he could sue them. I don't know what that's going to cause, so we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the Browns fans and for the Browns because they kind of got psyched out of what was going to happen. But at the same time, I think it's just going to be a huge storm where it's going to be uh, NFL and versus Deshaun. I mean, I don't know. I do think he'll probably take him to court if it comes down to it.
Next up, we got Cowboys linebacker Anthony Barr. They signed him, which I think is a good move. I've heard he's an okay player.
He's uh he's a Vikings legend. Um, Hurts me to give away to the Cowboys. Out of all teams, Cowboys really.
It's
But
okay, Cam. They're not going to win anything.
I don't know. They got a good team, but then again, even with a
Well,
good team, they still suck.
they might
Uh,
win their division because their division is the worst in football, but they're not going to go. I don't think they're going to go anywhere this year.
yeah, no, I don't think they will either, but still big news for them. I mean, it was kind of like a dub in my opinion for them.
And then we got Steelers re-sign wide receiver Deontay Johnson to a 2-year, $18 million deal. I think that's a great move for them.
Oh, hold on, no, 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 not $18 million deal. $18 million per season.
Oh, per season. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My mistake
Yeah,
there. But
yeah.
yes,
I think that's a little much for Johnson over there, but hey, who knows? He might be able to produce some
I
great hits.
I think that's a good deal because he was solid for the Steelers. That's a pretty decent price. Good move. We got Ravens re-signed kicker Justin Tucker to a 4-year deal. Awesome move. Justin Tucker is by far the best kicker in the NFL. I don't even think he's missed a field goal, or he missed a field goal last season. I could be wrong, but he was definitely the best kicker last year.
Yeah, I think he's probably the best, one of the best kickers we're ever gonna have in our lifetime,
Exactly.
probably. And I mean, last year he kicked that, what was it, 66 yards,
Yeah,
66 yard field goal, a complete dub for the Ravens. They are lucky to have him.
exactly. And then finally for the NFL, we got Bears star linebacker Roquan Smith is requesting a trade. Don't really know what to add on that because I don't follow Bears football that much.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know who this guy was. I didn't really know he was even a
Yeah.
star.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I
be
don't know.
honest.
Yeah, that's another reason. I don't know him that much, mostly because I don't follow the Bears.
Yeah, I didn't even really know much about him, even though they're like a rival team. But I guess he wants to trade. Uh, in the MLB, though, we have a little bit of news, not much. The Colorado Rockies claim right-handed pitcher Denelson Lamet off waivers from Brewers. The Cubs recently claimed outfielder and defense DH Franmil Reyes off waivers. And Cubs also announced that Jason Hayward will not be on the team next year. And I just want to bring this up. The whole reason I even said Jason Hayward is, yeah, he's kind of coming into a nobody. But I think it's really disrespectful and wrong for you to then announce that a player won't be coming back before it's even around that time. I think, especially when he's still on the team playing for you guys, I just think it's disrespectful. And I just don't like the way they did that. The classic Cubs L. Reds are better than that. And we also have Red Sox starting pitcher Chris Sale officially done for the 2022 season. Now, guys, if you guys know us, it's like once a week we have to comment on Chris Sale, and I don't know if he's coming back or not. I'm sure Mike's gotten a little familiar with the name, but he's been having a lot of issues, and he's out. They just said he's done. He's got to take more time, which really sucks for the Red Sox, but they're having one of the worst seasons of their all time. So,
Yeah, he fell off his bike and he's got to have this season-ending surgery. That's really sad.
Biden move fell off a bike. All right, Mike, it's NBA time if you wanna.
Yeah, we got. This is not necessarily NBA, but it's basketball, so we will talk about it. The Trampoline Basketball League Slam Ball will make its return in next summer. I saw videos of this. I never knew it existed. It looks really, really fun. It's kind of like football and basketball mixed together, except there's not like tackling. It just looks like really rough. And obviously,
Yeah,
it's like trampolines, which you
well,
can imagine. So,
yeah, no, it's so funny. The best way I describe it to people is like they carry the ball like it's rugby, but they don't
right.
tackle, and
Yeah,
they're
that's
just
what
rough
I'm
like
thinking.
it.
That's what I was thinking, like rugby and basketball, but without like tackling.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it looks
super
really
excited.
cool. It looks really cool. I might give it a try.
I'm super excited. I also kind of wonder if it's gonna be like the uh, I cannot think. Oh, USFL. I almost called it the XFL. The
Yeah, yeah,
USFL,
yeah, yeah.
and kind of like low production a little bit, but at the same time though, it used to be huge back in the day. So I mean, I remember growing up on it and watching this kid and being like, man, I wish I just was around. So it'll be cool to see what happens. I'm pretty interested to see. I mean, you never know. It might have some NBA stars appear on it.
Off topic, but I never watched the USFL. I heard it was pretty good though.
I know. Imagine Miles Bridges on it. I mean, we
Oh
all know what's
God,
going on with him
yes.
right now. That'd be dangerous.
Let's see. So this is definitely not NBA, but again, it is basketball. Russian court found WNBA star Brittany Griner guilty of cannabis and is sentenced to 9 years in prison. So if you guys did not hear, which I don't know how you couldn't hear this,
Yeah, I
she
think
went to Russia and she had like cannabis. I think it was like
it
what?
was like a It was like a gram. That's it. It was a
Yeah,
gram,
like
I think.
wasn't it even in like a vape pen or something like that? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was in like one of those cards or whatever they call
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So because Russia, see, even though cannabis is somewhat illegal in the U.S., it's not as bad. It's not as bad as like in Russia, because Russia has like these huge policies. Because of course, Russia's a different country than the United States,
Yeah,
and Griner was like pleading to President Biden. She was like, "Please get me out," blah, 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 blah. And then she's put there. And now all the WNBA players are like, "Free Britney." Personally, I think she should have some jail time. I think that it sucks that she has to do it in Russia, but she did commit a crime, so she has to serve her time.
yeah. I think she's stupid. I mean, Mike summed it up pretty well, but I think you're just stupid. I mean, you have it coming. I mean, that's one of the first things that my parents always told me whenever I went to a new country or
Right,
even a new state is make sure you don't bring stuff into there because their rules are a little bit different than there.
right.
And you can get, I mean, like, just in some countries, they might put you on a death penalty for having a little bit of cannabis. I mean, and not only did you have cannabis on you, but you also had things of maybe possibly stealing stuff. So, I mean, you ended up in a bad spot.
Exactly. It should show you that, be grateful we live here.
Right.
And then finally, Kevin Durant, that says that he does not have faith with the direction of the Nets, said that either the coach, GM, and coach go or he goes. I saw a post earlier that the GM of the Nets, I forgot the guy's name. I know he's like a little Asian guy, but he was like, "We will do what's best for the team," which, okay, every GM says that. But then I saw another post that, he made all the decisions. He picked all the players that he wanted. He wanted Harden and Kyrie on the same team. Harden and Kyrie didn't work out because they are injury prone. He wanted Nash as the coach. Nash is not a great coach. He's mid, in my opinion. He's not a terrible coach, but he's not an exceptional coach. And now Kevin Durant wants to complain and act like it's the GM's fault when he made these decisions. And that's why Kevin Durant will not win a ring like with Giannis and Steph Curry, for example. Yes, even though Steph Curry might have been the not a great example, but the Warriors did build their team besides Durant. But Giannis stayed loyal to the Bucks even when they were crappy. He stayed loyal to them. They added great role players. They had Chris Middleton, and look at them. They're NBA champ. They were NBA champs at one point.
I know, and yeah, and that's why I always love Giannis. If you guys don't know, Giannis has been my favorite player since ever since he drafted him. I just thought he was like a complete dog, and
Yeah,
and
he's
plus,
a
I mean, like,
freaking goat, man.
and and plus, like, no disrespect to the goats of LeBron James and Michael Jordan, but they both had to have super teams to carry them a little bit to get to the
LeBron
championship.
did definitely.
Michael did too. You kidding me? Michael
Well,
couldn't do crap.
I
Let
don't
me
know.
guess. Michael couldn't do crap without Scottie Pippen
That's
or Dennis Rodman.
well, you have to understand that once he left without Scottie Pippen, yes, he wasn't as great in his first couple of seasons until they got Scottie, I believe. But you have to realize when he went on the Wizards, first of all, the Wizards were crap, dude. They were so bad. And he was like 40 years old. He probably shouldn't have even been playing in the league, but he just wanted to show everybody up. And, look, everybody, I can still ball. I'm 40 and I'm still balling out. But I see your point a little bit with that, but I don't know if I really consider Scottie Pippen a super team. More so with like the Warriors, they had Thompson, Green, Durant. So
Anyways, like I said, but Giannis, he's one of the best players I know that's been able to bring his team up without any really, really good players. I mean, you might have some like Middleton. He's all don't get me wrong, Middleton's all right, but he was not his best in
right,
my opinion. And so right, I mean, he carried that whole team in my opinion, and he did it all by himself. And I think that's why he deserved that ring. I think he
right,
deserves more. I mean, imagine what Giannis could really do if he had not a super team like they did. I'm sure he'd get like 5 or 6 rings.
right. And LeBron James too. Like he carries teams. Yes, like he did carry the Lakers, but he also needed a super team. His
He
first
made a
few
super team with
rings,
the Lakers.
right? His first few rings were with the Heat. he needed let's see, he needed Bosch, he needed
Yeah,
Wade, he needed
yeah,
Ray Allen,
yeah.
and then when he got to Cleveland, he needed Kevin Love and Kyrie. And then they sucked, of course, without LeBron James because LeBron James is a great player. I'm not saying he's not a great player. He just needs super teams.
I will make this argument. I will say this. I hate LeBron James, but I do think he's better than Michael Jordan.
Ooh, you do or you don't? I couldn't hear you that well.
No, I do. I do think
Ooh,
he's
you
better
think
than
he's
Michael
better than
Jordan.
Michael?
You know, I hate to say it. I love Michael, but my non-biased self would say that LeBron's better. He's put up more.
Cam, I'm a Michael guy. LeBron is close to surpassing Michael, but I'm a Michael
Hold
guy.
on, being non-biased about Michael Jordan,
I'm not
and
being biased either. I'm not being biased either. I still think Michael
okay,
Jordan is
I'm
the
just saying.
GOAT.
Well, I don't know. It's throwing me off because you're saying you're a Michael guy, so it's like you know what I mean. You get too off the hook for that.
Right. But like what I'm saying is LeBron is getting closer. I think if he wins a couple more rings and then he gets the scoring title, he's the GOAT. But as of this very moment, in my honest opinion, it is Michael Jordan. Don't at me in the comments.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I just kind of think it, but who knows? We'll see. I think LeBron James definitely has some. You know, I thought LeBron James was older than what he is. He's really not. He's like in his like mid or maybe late 30s.
He's like 37, I think. 37,
I
38.
know, but that's not that old. I mean, when you look at some of the other players in basketball, like look at Vince Carter.
I mean, Vince Carter retired when he was like 41 or 42, I think.
I know he's a little old. Man. I think he needs to retire. Non
Well,
non basketball related, but Tom
I,
Brady.
I think LeBron James is going to fulfill his plan. He's going to play with Bronny, and then he's going to retire.
I do think that, but I also kind of wonder if he's gonna do what like Tom Brady did and like wait it out, or not Tom Brady. I'm sorry. Like uh, Albert Pujols and waited out in baseball and waited out until he got like past the all-time hit record or something. There's something that Albert Pujols did, but I can't remember it. So yeah,
He's got to get
I
that
think I
scoring
think I think
title.
he wants to be Jordan. I do think he wants to be Jordan.
Right. I think once he gets that scoring title, and then again, like maybe two more rings, then he's the GOAT.
Yeah, I still
Two,
remember
three
that
more
most
rings.
disrespectful thing. Most disrespectful thing LeBron ever did was stare at Michael Jordan while dunking.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it was a good episode, boys.
It was a good episode. I think we got to cut it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to cut this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you guys follow our socials, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.